specialist. Okay. And Jill? Let's wait for Jill to come on camera. Are you able to come on camera today, Jill? I'm not getting an answer. But to the bottom right is Jill Weinzer, who is our equal opportunity investigator. And then we have 3 other board members who are present. And hey, Jill.
I'm here.
If you'd like to introduce yourselves.
My name is Jill Weinseer, Equal Opportunity Investigator.
Okay.
Glad to meet you.
Yeah.
Jay?
Hi, I'm Jay Kester. I've been on the board about.
Did we lose a volume? Okay, the sound.
Been
All
on
right.
5 years.
Okay. Can everyone hear Jay, or is it just me? It sounds like he's cutting out.
It's breaking up a bit.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Let's see if this is any better.
Much better.
I've been on the committee for about 4.5, maybe 5 years. I'm disabled, so I just kind of looking out for disabled people in general.
Okay. Jenna?
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jenna Gonzalez, and I am the director of the Disability Resource Center at the University of Florida. And I have been on the committee for a little over 3 years now. Welcome.
And Christopher? You're mute. You're mute, Christopher. Could you unmute? Sorry.
I've only been on the committee for about a year, but I'm glad to be a part of something greater than myself.
All right. Thank you. And Ms. Daniels, would you like to share anything with the committee?
So I have, I'm currently working at the ARC of Alachua County. I've been working here now for 6 months. Prior to that, I worked at Takachali for with individuals that were intellectually disabled and developmentally disabled. And prior to that, I have experience working in mental health, mainly with dual diagnosis though, but with mental health and individuals who were incompetent to proceed to stand trial. So those are my past experiences.
Okay. All right. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
I
All
think
right.
I'm going to lose my battery here in a few moments. So when I go out, it's because I lost my battery.
Okay. And I think sometimes if you turn off the camera, it helps to save battery life. I think so.
Okay, let's see how that does.
Okay.
Stay with
All
you
right.
as long.
Yes, welcome.
Could you bring back up the agenda, Mary?
Is anyone else having problems with freezing?
Not yet, but don't put that out there, Melissa.
Oh, okay. And maybe it's my
Then it will
service.
happen.
Okay.
All right, so today we have a very simple agenda. And today is a workshop. That's why we're able to have this virtually, because we are not conducting any kind of formal or official business. So we can participate in a virtual format, and it's just really information on today's agenda. Okay, so under old business, we don't have anything. Oh, Mary, can you bring up the minutes? The minutes will help to just bring everybody up to speed on what happened at our last meeting, which was back in October. And for your information, Ms. Daniels, we really just meet as needed. We don't have to meet monthly. If there is business to conduct or information to share, then we will schedule a meeting of this advisory committee. Okay. So the heading is cut off a little bit, but that's fine. There we go. All right. And we'll give you a few minutes just to read. The last meeting was also in a workshop format because we didn't have quorum, and that was an update from our parks manager and our facilities manager on our ADA transition plan. And the ADA transition plan, just as a refresher, is the plan reflects an audit, an assessment of all of our buildings and facilities in the county for ADA compliance, checking the accessibility as well as the interior features in the buildings and the rooms to see if they are in compliance with the ADA. And then the transition plan reflects any deficiencies found and a plan for corrective action. What needs to be adjusted. Is it the doors? Do we have issues with the bathrooms? Are there thresholds that make it difficult for a wheelchair to, enter that particular room? So all of those things are reflected in the ADA transition plan, and that's on the Equal Opportunity website. So if you wanted to see the plan, it's, I believe, over 200 and something pages. So it might take a little while to open, but the plan is available online and it's sorted by buildings and parks. So you can go in and see all the areas that need corrective action and the plan. And so at the last meeting, there was an update on where we are. The plan was completed last year, I think February of 2021. And in October, the parks manager and the facilities manager just gave a brief update on some of the things they're working on there. Okay. All right. Thanks, Mary. Oh, any questions on that? No? Okay. All right, Mary, back to the agenda.
Sorry, I actually had a question on that. Are there
Okay.
any specific sections you would recommend reading? For instance, if someone only could read a few pages, what pages would you say to read on that?
I don't know. It's really just a spreadsheet. So it's just a spreadsheet that shows the buildings and areas that were reviewed. So it might say, the restrooms, the offices that, maybe a dispenser was too high, the toilet might not have been at the right height. So it's not a lot of like narrative or text to read. It's just really reviewing the spreadsheet.
Gotcha.
So
Thank you.
I wouldn't say there's anything in particular. No, there are lots of pictures and all of that stuff for each element reviewed, but that's in a separate file because it's so huge, with all the pictures of that. But that was available or is available, but it's not on our website, but our facilities department could produce it, if there was a request to see the pictures and including some of the parks areas. But I think it's far more helpful for the managers of those areas to come, and maybe just share with the board what's going on, and they can bring some pictures at the time of an area that they're working on, like a particular park and some upgrades that were done in a park, to present pictures. So from time to time, we will invite them to come and update the committee. Did you have questions on any particular facility or a park that you might have had? No, okay. All right. Or could you put up the agenda, Mary?
I have it up now. Can you see it?
No, it's still the minutes.
Okay, well, let me try this. Okay,
Yeah, I think you have to, take it down and then put the new one up.
switch. How's that?
Okay, sure, yes. Can everybody see the agenda?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we have coming up in April. April is National Fair Housing Month. It's also, did you have a question, Melissa? No. It's,
No, did I hear?
okay. I thought I saw, yeah, a hand up on yours.
Oh, no.
And so we observe Fair Housing Month also in Alachua County. There will be a proclamation by the board on April 12th declaring April as Fair Housing Month in Alachua County. And our office is co-sponsoring a community fair housing forum on April 27th, along with the City of Gainesville Office of Equity and Inclusion. We partner together a lot on public education and outreach events. And this will be a virtual event on April 27th from 2 to 4:30 p.m. We are working on the flyer and hope to have the flyer available by Monday. And we will send you a copy as we send that out for to promote the event. The topics we will cover: the fair housing laws here in the City of Gainesville and Alachua County, and then focus on housing discrimination and protections. Can you remove that, Mary, on the screen? I'm not sure why that pops up. Thank you. Housing protections for victims of domestic violence, for Section 8 voucher holders, for individuals with disabilities, all the different protections, you know, that will be featured at the forum. And we will have information by county and city staff. There will be information on the new Renters' Rights Ordinance. I don't know how much of that you're aware of, just from the news or following city and county commission meetings. But there has been, you know, activity in those areas recently. You might have heard about ERAP, the rental assistance funds for those who were behind on their rent and so on, facing possible eviction, and that was monies to help them cover back rent owed. The ERAP funds on the county level, those were exhausted, I think, through the end of February. So that's no longer available, but there was a lot of activity in the housing area based on that. The only thing that's left, I think, is at the state level. There are still some state funds available, but we have anti-discrimination in housing based on different protected categories, and we will feature those at the forum. We also have, some of you might be familiar with Mr. Jack Humberg, who has done a lot of ADA training for us in July, covering the Americans with Disabilities Act, and his area is actually housing for individuals with disabilities. And he will be participating in the Fair Housing Forum next month. So we will hear from Jack as well, and he's excellent. This is his area, housing, people with disabilities, the ADA. So I'm thankful that he was available to participate. So hopefully you guys will be able to tune in. As I said, it's a virtual event, and we are discovering that participation at the virtual events is significantly higher than our in-person events that we've been having. So while we miss having everybody together in the same room and the natural flow of discussions that might come from that, it provides, having the virtual event provides a much greater opportunity for folks to tune in from where they are. So we will continue to have those as long as they remain effective. Any questions on the event next month? That's a Wednesday afternoon. The 27th is a Wednesday. No? Okay. So the other topic I wanted to talk about today was our Disability Awareness Month events. This is, you know, this committee's time to actually help with public education and awareness in the community on Disability Awareness Month. That's celebrated every July because the ADA was passed into law on July 26, 1990. And so on or around July 26th of every year, we have our signature disability awareness event. We might have other activities throughout the month of July or leading up into July, using social media, for example, putting things out on the county's Facebook page, posting things on our internet page. But the main event is, this event that this committee helps to coordinate every year. So, we would like to open up the discussion for ideas, any suggestions. How many of you participated in last year's event? Mary, can you take this down for me so that I can see everybody on screen? How many of you were able to participate in last year's event? Oh, you didn't either, Jenna? It was the virtual. Oh, I thought, because it was actually excellent training. We had a workshop, a virtual workshop by Disability Florida. And the resources and information available by that group, they do far more than I was even aware of. So it was extremely informative, and they're willing to always come back. In fact, the executive director, I think he lives here in Alachua County. And the outreach person who presented, I believe she's in Tallahassee, but it was virtual, and they are willing to participate again in any event we have this July. And the Center for Independent Living, they did a presentation on, and I'm going to forget the name of the program. It's for students. It's a high school. It's a program for high school high tech, yes,
Yeah,
for kids with
they
disabilities.
just came and presented to our group too. So yeah.
So last year it was very informative. I've been doing this for some time, and I learned a lot from last year's program. So, that's an idea that we can bring them back and have them expand, but it's open to whatever, we would like to do, how we think we can, get more information out in the community. I'm thinking, and this can be more for, my office in terms of maybe some pop-up events at our local libraries where we can just have a table or so. It's something I plan to discuss in staff meeting tomorrow to help just promote some of these, activities and raise awareness. But I would like to hear from the committee members, if not necessarily today, to give you time to think about it, because it's July, so we have time. But I'd like us to start thinking about it and things that we can do other than, just the usual workshop, but help to promote disability awareness.
And Jackie, I would like to add that if anyone is interested in writing an article or feature that we can include in a newsletter,
Yes.
Speaking on to Disability Awareness Month, if that's the case, we would need it, I would say by the last week of April. So if you're interested in writing a newsletter, just writing an article to place in a newsletter, we can, get that in there to highlight Disability Awareness Month as well.
Okay, excellent idea, Melissa. So we have a quarterly newsletter that we have an employee advisory group that works with our office, and they produce a newsletter quarterly. And in each newsletter, we feature, it's on topics, diverse topics, and lots of different issues, but we have a section that's called the EO Bulletin that we try to focus on some civil rights protection, or so that we're featuring, or either employment or just in general. And for the current newsletter that's out, we covered Fair Housing Month, because April was covered and now we're getting into the next quarter. So it would be a great opportunity for a newsletter, an article from a committee member. Either some personal interest, something related to, why you wanted to serve on this committee, or related to advocating for people with disabilities, anything along those lines. We would appreciate an article, and it would help to promote the work of the committee as well.
Where should I send that article to you?
Yes, to me,
Okay.
Melissa Patterson. Yes.
Okay. I'll work on something.
Wonderful.
Okay, I would appreciate
We
it.
can
Thank
have,
you.
we'll take as many as we get.
Thank you,
Right.
Jay.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
So Jenna, are you doing anything with your program for July? Any plans yet at UF?
Yeah, so we hold off and do everything in October because we just don't have a lot of students in the summer. And so we kind of take the whole like disability employment month and kind of rope it into so that we can have some folks, to be able to celebrate and go to events and things like that. So in July, we just kind of put things out to our students, like in our newsletter and stuff like that. And we send things out to other of the accessibility offices that do like construction accessibility and things like that. So more internal things, but not anything big.
Okay, all right. But if there is just general information on the services you provide to UF students, or so I think that would be helpful to know, because we have employees who probably have children, family members and so at UF, and that might be just good information to know. So
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, contribute something, an article there.
Mhm. Yep, we can do that.
Yep. All right. Any ideas or suggestions, Christopher? Or do you need a little bit more time to maybe think about something? And you can always email Mary, if you have an idea or something that you think we should pursue or outreach. That would be great.
Nothing right now. I'm kind of swamped in my personal life.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Kind of
All right.
not in it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to open it up so that it's not just today. If we don't have any ideas today, we have time between now and July. I just wanted us to start thinking.
Yeah, I'll need to look into that.
Okay. All right. Claretta?
Hi, yeah, about a couple of things. I actually just started searching too. But yeah, I was thinking about something, so I'll see what I can try to put together.
Okay. All right. And I think you have Mary's email contact.
Yes.
I think, yeah. So yes, if you can't find the emails for the rest of us, you can always find Mary, because she sends stuff out. So she's a good contact point if you have any questions after this meeting or anything for us to follow up on. Okay. So that's it for me. Short and brief. I don't have anything else for today's agenda. So if anyone has questions or so, feel free to ask. If not, we can call for adjournment.
Just as a reminder, Jay and Jenna, if you're going to submit something for the newsletter, if you could have it to us by April 25th, the last week of April would be great.
Okay, got it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and as I said, we will send you the flyer on the fair housing event, so that hopefully you're available and can tune in as well on April 27th. Okay.
All right, Jackie, will we meet again in April as a
I'm not sure, because we'll have a lot going on in April. April is going to be a busy month, and so it's hard to say at this time, but probably not from my standpoint. Okay, all right. I guess we'll adjourn the meeting and thank
Okay.
everyone for tuning in.
Nice
And
to
I
see all
look
of you.
forward to, any comments, suggestions, ideas for July.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, everyone. Stay dry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
everyone.
Okay, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.